Okay, if we hurry, we have 3 minutes of tape left. Vic. Okay. Vic, what are you doing? Vic. Vic, close your mouth. Okay, action. Vic, what are you doing?
I'm gonna sing a song.
Okay. That's the wrong song.
About my weenie.
Okay.
About my weenie.
Okay, about your weenie.
Someday I'm gonna be rich. And someday I'm gonna be bona fide. Someday I'm gonna be just like Steve Willoughby. But today I'm simply terrified. I'm terrified.
One of the most important things to him was to not take himself too seriously.
He was just a great person hanging around, really funny, like outrageously funny.
I've met lots of people who are funny in person, but like that humor completely ended up in the music.
Someday I'm gonna be good. Someday I'm gonna be virtuous. Someday I'll be a paragon like Louis Farrakhan. But today I am a mess. I'm in a mess. I have a disease. I have a mental disease that makes me depressed. But I also have a great sense of humor, and I love laughter and humor. Separated at birth, it says. See, we do look just alike, Arnie and me.
You gotta realize how funny he really was. He had great time, Bob Hope kind of timing.
I need to warm up before I rock you, motherfucker.
He had an ability to put his personality across in any kind of crowd to an extent. I mean, he was just likable up there. You know, he's in a wheelchair and he's crazy. It's good. There's nothing bad about that.
And blow your mind. This is the strangest rock club I've ever played in. You know, I was wondering where the graffiti with dicks on the wall was. Well, now I know where they are because I left a few on the wall in there. So the next band here will feel more at home.
Always caught you off guard, every time.
I love the funny, and I love the heavy, and it's a mashup.
You could be wallowing in the misery with him, and you would be laughing.
You know, people have a lot of conceptions of Vic, but, you know, he was not a long-suffering person. He enjoyed life.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
I think one of the reasons that everybody likes to talk about how funny Vic was is because it's true, but also because we want people to know that actually being with him or working with him was not a downer.
If it wasn't for the humor, I don't think his songs, they would have been missing something really crucial.
I think if you spend a lot of time sitting down, you better learn how to laugh.
Feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to get it on.
We had a great time laughing together, and he could see humor in a lot of things.
I can sing it like this with pouty lips, too. Like I'm Jewel.
Vic just insisted, I want to do my own stunts, he said. All right. So Dwight ran him into the door, and Vic loved it. He wanted to do it some more, and I said, no, that's good, we got it.
Sometimes when I would pick him up out of the wheelchair, he would like do his arms like this, like a little bird, to try to make us all lighter.
He liked to make people laugh, he liked to make people cry. I think he's really intrigued with that.
At least in my personal interactions with him, like never funnier than when he was just angry and ranting about something.
It's good to be here at Wall Street Rising. I appreciate them asking me to play here. I'm a commie. There's a pubic hair on the piano.
Sometimes we'd do 20 shows in a row, and I'd go out front every night. You'd think, well, how's this going to be funny? I just saw it 15 times. And I would still laugh.
Smell the mighty monkey.
He
had this way of connecting with the listener that made it more about your life too.
One friend who's fighting cancer, and one friend who's into feet sexually.
It's not just that his songs could be funny, it's that they could be funny and serious at the same time, in the same breath, in the space of 2 words.
Or sometimes he would take the subject to a very dark place, but then the next sentence you would realize that actually this is a setup for a punchline.
You got one friend who claims to have taken a dump, a stinky dump, in the White House. What I really like is when people, half the crowd gets annoyed at the people who are laughing, because they're like, you know, it's a great song, quit laughing, you dumbass, you know. And the people who are laughing are like, what are you talking about? That's a funny line. Fuck you, quit being so precious, you know. That is a successful show. When that happens, very successful. Who goes to the gym at least twice a day, and you got one friend.
You know, even like this, you know, most desperate sad songs almost always had like a little niggle of humor in them.
It's one of these first songs where I was mixing the kind of pathos and comedy. And I respect a man who goes to where he wants to be, even if he wants to be dead.
And he said, I remember the quote that when we were talking about that, he said, you know, if I had a noose around my neck, I could find some humor in it.
I wanted to have these kind of deceptively sad sounding songs that had humor in them, that might be sneaky in a way. Sneaky humor in my sad songs. I used to retire from life.